and gentlemen, our next category honors the young Indians who shape culture, sports, arts, technology, and the national conversation.
Their achievements have inspired millions across the country. Let's also have a quick look now at the nominees.
And the nominees are... He's a musician who has turned healing into a movement, a sitarist, a visionary, and a force for wellness. Rishab Sharma. She leapt from stardom to substance, making global history as the first Indian face of Chanel, Ananya Pandey. His film, The Homebound, stunned Khan with a 9-minute standing ovation. He's fiercely committed to storytelling without borders. Ishan Khattar. He scripted history by becoming the first Indian comedian to headline a Hindi-language stand-up show at Madison Square Garden. Zakir Khan. They completed a jaw-dropping circumnavigation of the globe aboard INSV Tarini, 25,000 nautical miles across 4 continents. Lieutenant Commanders Roopa and Dilna.
Jacob, along with Justice Indu Malhotra, and also joining them is Vice Chancellor Jawaharlal Nehru.
The winner is Lieutenant Commander Dilna and Lieutenant Commander Roopa. Congratulations.
What these 2 lady officers have achieved is absolutely unique, and you must hear it from them. Speak about it. What
congratulations, Lieutenant Commanders Dilna and Roopa. What they have achieved is incredible. 25,000 nautical miles across 4 oceans, 3 capes. Did you at any point of time feel like, we might die?
There were a lot of times we felt that, especially in the southern
ocean. What was the worst thing that happened?
The worst of the weather which we saw in the Southern Ocean when, right now what I remember is when we were rounding the Cape Horn, we had the worst of the weather. But then we planned the entire voyage to round the Cape Horn at a particular favorable weather. But fortunately or unfortunately, we had a worst of weather at that point. And we have never seen such a sea state before. And we had sleepless nights for around 36 hours, which I still remember, and it's still fresh in our mind.
For you, I believe there were points where there was a navigation failure. You were not able to contact your, base. Signals failed and so on. So at that time, what were you thinking? How were you keeping sane? If you can hold the mic closer.
So the navigational panel blackout happened in middle of Pacific. When we were middle of Pacific, where if at all you need some help, then nobody is there around you, and you both, it was just 2 of us, and we had to repair all by ourselves. And this happened just before a storm was approaching us, which was around 100 knots. And initially there was panic which had set in, but we had prepared ourselves for such a worst conditions throughout the voyage. So we were able to manage. It took us around 3 hours to go through those panels and figure out what went wrong. But we were able to repair those and move ahead during those tough times.
Lieutenant Commander Roopa, you finished this over a period of, I think, about 8 months or so, from starting point to end point. At what point did you feel like, okay, we can do this, we can achieve this? This is a record not just for Indian Navy or Indian naval women personnel, but I believe this is a record for navies anywhere in the world.
Worldwide.
Yeah, worldwide.
We never felt there was going back during this journey. We always felt like once we start from Goa, we will come from the other side. So we always felt we could do it, but like you rightly mentioned, there was one point, not a specific point, but where we realized that this journey was beyond us, beyond me and her, and it was us as a country and as a force, and we are the only Navy in the entire world which has done a circumnavigation, not once or twice, but 4 times.
Wow, they've done a circumnavigation 4 times. You know, defense personnel are trained for wars, but this is also a war of its own kind, and there's just the 2 of you. I mean, you don't have anybody else to depend on, you know, no generals sitting back in the headquarters, you're just the 2 of you. I also believe one of the biggest challenges for you was the long stretches of just isolation and loneliness. How did you combat that? How did you deal with that?
So for us, this journey was just not for 238 days. We trained for 3 years. Indian Navy prepared us for 3 years before we set in for this voyage. So the long isolation was there, especially in Pacific Ocean. The entire stretch, the long stretch which we have done was 47 days when we crossed in the 3rd leg of our circumnavigation from New Zealand to Falkland Islands. And the best thing was the teamwork. We have, both of us, whenever things go wrong, one person is down and one person is demotivated, the other person automatically goes up and they act as if the other person is like, okay. So that's how we supported each other. And I would say the best equipment on board was teamwork, and that's the success. That is how we got successful in this entire journey.
So what next? I mean, you've done almost the impossible. You've circumnavigated the world. Is there anything left to do? What's your next frontier? I mean, even, you know, conquering Everest will look small now.
There's always something left to be done. And as far as circumnavigation is concerned, we only have one which is left, which is non-stop solo by a woman. But definitely, Indian Navy is going to do that.
So one of the 2 of you will achieve that.
That depends on the time and space.
Can we have a loud round of applause for Lieutenant Commanders Dilna and Roopa? Unbelievable achievement, circumnavigating the entire world, 25,000 nautical miles. They are the Indian of the Year Youth Icons.
So these young ladies have made India proud, and we are actually honored and privileged to give them this award. My heartiest felicitations to both the girls and the very best in their future prospects.
I would like to congratulate both of them, because let me tell you, we are very proud. Most of the defense personnel are alumni of Jawaharlal Nehru University. NDA comes under JNU. Indian Naval Academy, Yedumalai, comes under us. So we are very proud. And I think women doing it, 3 cheers to Nari Shakti. And I think you both deserve it. And great. We are proud of you. We have proved that women can do better than the men.
Thank you.
Honor to have you on stage with us. May I also request Zaka to stay on stage for our next award.